Hello and welcome to this unboxing video for this new case I've got my hands on. Now this is the Kolink K6T and it's a Micro ATX case. Now I managed to get this from Overclockers UK and this is going to be used in a build that I'm working on at the moment for my friend's daughter. It's her 12th birthday coming up and she wants a gaming PC. Now I wanted to find something a little bit weird, a little bit different, a bit unique. And I think I've managed to find it with this. So let's get it unboxed and have a look. So as you can see, it's not the most traditional case in the world. It does comprise mainly of plastic, but down the front here you have two LED strips. You have a USB 3, one USB 2, and your usual headphone and microphone jacks, a reset switch and the power button on the front there. Just turning it back round. We have a large window on that side and a plain black backing on that side. Now to take the side panels off, you undo one thumb screw underneath here, and then these two screws, which look like thumb screws but they're actually very difficult to undo as thumb screws, you undo those at the top and then the front comes off. So I'll just do that now. And inside we've got a Radiator Manual telling you how and where to fit the 120mm radiator that it can take. Attached to here we've got the usual bag of screws. And there's also a little speaker cable in there with a little speaker. So taking a quick look inside, you can see the motherboard's going to go here with a large cutout there so you can sort out your cooling. There are several cutouts for cable management, although there doesn't seem to be a lot of space behind there to actually put the cables through, so we'll see how that goes. In the bottom of the case here there are mounting points for an SSD on this side and a hard drive on this side. Just moving inside here, there's one 80mm fan. I'm probably going to replace that with a Be Quiet fan that I've got knocking around somewhere. I'm going to try and dig that out because this fan doesn't look to be of the best quality. The actual case itself is really sturdy. The construction inside is all metal. There are no sharp edges. All of these edges are all rounded off and they're all, they're not going to cut your cables or anything. I can't find any sharp edges in the case whatsoever, which is really good. Moving around to the back, you can see we have this cover here, and if I push that, the back cover comes off. Now underneath here we have the I/O panel, which is going to sit there. Then underneath here you're going to have your graphics cards and any other devices in there. There's also then another hole down here for cable management, so your cables can go up through here and plug into wherever. Up the top we have the power supply, where that's going to go, and looking at the side there you can see it's going to fit into that area there. And there's a little ledge at the back for it to sit on, and it sits on top of this rail here. So, having now built in the case, I can tell you that my fears about the cable management were, well, pretty much spot on. Underneath the rear cover, there's hardly any room at all to route your cables, unless they're completely flat. Now, I used a non-modular power supply, and any attempt to close the case with anything less than the bare essential cables was met with resistance. Also, with there being only one thumb screw at the base, this made it more difficult. There was nothing at either side at the bottom to pull the sides in. It was just unbalanced. Fortunately, combining the fact that the window on the case is slightly tinted, and you can tuck some of the cables away at the top and front of the case, where you'll only really see them from certain angles. I know it's not the ideal way to manage them, but with a well positioned LED strip or two, you'll hardly notice. Next, I replaced the stock exhaust fan, and I added a 120mm to the front mount. So let's have a look at some positives and some negatives. For the positives, it's unique and quirky looking with a compact size bordering on portable. A very nice large side window that lets you see your PC's innards in all their glory. The internal build quality is really good, and it's going to give a lot of more expensive cases a decent run for their money in that aspect. Now, there are a few negatives. Well, first and foremost is the very poor cable management. Also, the exterior quality doesn't quite live up to the internal quality of the case. And the last thing to note is the price. This is both a positive and a negative. Now, I managed to find this on a special offer at Overclockers UK for less than £20. Now, this was due to some alleged small defects down as small paint imperfections. But to be honest, I've not really noticed any, and even if I did, it would still be a bargain at this price. The negative side of the price is the usual selling price listed on Overclockers was closer to 50 quid. There are a lot better cases at that price, but as a budget case, around 20 quid, 30 max, I'd say despite the cable management problems, I'd give it a thumbs up. Well, that's all we've got time for on this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop us a like if you like this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of great content coming up, including an entry level build using this very case. So make sure you don't miss it, and I will see you later.